Okay, class recording, 1 minute. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to history class. Okay, then tell me what is special information.
Social exam.
That's social science. Periodic test 2 is comes today. Okay, so hope all you people completed your revision and you are equipped with knowledge to write the examination. Clear? Okay, so you know the topic. One more time, I am repeating the syllabus for the examination or the portions for the examination. It is chapter number 1 from history, right? Okay, history. And also I told you that it's up to 3.1 only, right? Okay, including the Greek War of Independence. Greek War of Independence. That is the portion for second periodic test from history portion. Okay, don't think that the entire chapter is there for the examination. Clear? I only told you that not the entire chapter. We not so far. We completed up to the Frankfurt Parliament, I think so. Okay, again many other things are there. Okay, just started the German unification, but not completed that. So already fixed it is up to the Greek War of Independence. Okay, Greek War of Independence only. So we got number of days for completing this revision. Okay, and from geography it is agriculture. Only one chapter is there, agriculture, and from political science it is the second chapter, federalism. Federalism, right? Okay, and from economics it is a sectors of the Indian economy, chapter number 2. Chapter number 2. Okay, clear. So there is no confusion in that, right? Okay, and your board number is 9, I think, today, right? 9 or 11? 9 or 11?
11.
So it is me, the invigilator. Okay, if any doubt means you can ask me there, no problem. Okay, I will be there in the class. Okay, clear or not? Understand? Okay, all you guys are writing in the same class, right? Class number 11. So I am the invigilator there. Okay, so no worries. Clear? If you are facing any difficulty, you can ask me. Difficulty in the sense, not the answers. Any difficulty in the question. Okay, there is many errors, mistakes, or any technical troubles to understand the meaning. Such kind of things are there, you can ask me. Okay, so don't blubber there. Okay, blubber in the sense simply asking something without any reason or rationality. Don't ask anything. Don't ask any answers from Shavin Mott. Okay, so that's it. So now nearly 10 to 20 minutes we are able to spend. We can spend to discuss the history portion of examination. Okay. Again, any doubts are there, means you can ask also from other subjects. No problem. Any doubts are there? Any clarification? So this is an MCQ test. Okay. So it is a elaborate examination or a 3-mark question or 5-mark question. Once we want to explain, I want to explain the question answers. But here there's no chance to explain anything there because we want to read. We want to read the entire textbook. Then we are able to answer it. Clear or not? So textbook reading is compulsory. Morning I send a message to people. Right? What is that? What is that? What is the final tag? What is the final tag of that message that was sent by me today morning?
Today reader, tomorrow.
Today's reader, tomorrow leader. Okay, today's readers only will turn as a leader tomorrow. So reading is compulsory. Okay, so just read it. So come back to the textbook. We are here. So we can see. I hope this thing is clear for you people. The first page from the textbook, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay. So here we got an idea of nationalism by a particular artist or a famous artist. What is his name? What is his name? Who drew that figure?
Frederick Cheri.
Frederick Cheri. Okay. He's from
France.
France. Okay. Frederick Cheri is from France. Okay. And his idea of this figure is basically related with the utopian. Then what do you mean by the term utopian? Utopian.
It does not exist.
It's a social condition or whatever may be the condition that basically does not exist. Okay, that is called to be utopian. Utopian. Okay, and you got a new word, absolutist. Absolutist. Okay, so utopian means the vision of a society that is so ideal that is unlikely to actually exist. Okay, clear? Unlikely to actually exist. That's what utopian. Next one, absolutist. Okay, a monarchical type of government. An autocratic government is termed as an absolutist government, where all powers it is exercised by or exercising by whom? The autocrat. The autocrat. Okay, clear. Next, we discussed about what you can say. What is the idea of a nation state? Okay, the country that formed on the basis of a liberal democratic principle system as a nation state. Okay, a modern state in example for that. Almost all the modern states are a example for that. Okay, clear? Okay, next one, we came to the French Revolution. French Revolution. Okay, as per that, we know that the year of the French Revolution, that is 1789. 1789. The idea of la patrie, okay, patrie, and the idea of les citoyen. Okay, the fatherland and the citizen, fatherland and the citizens. Okay, the social setup of France, France there. Okay, I mean feudalism, clergy, nobility, and the third estate. Division of the society into three: the clergy, nobility, and the third estate. That is important for us. Yeah. Okay, clear. And we can see. So the Napoleonic Code, the changes that made by Napoleon in the year 1804, that is termed as the Napoleonic Code or the Civil Code of 1804. Civil Code of 1804. Okay. So what are the basic changes that made by Napoleon Bonaparte in France and in the neighboring countries? Okay, basically the French ideas that exported to other countries. Okay, clear or not? Other countries that was under the control of French authority. Clear? You can see here. The code was exported to the regions under the French control. Clear? What code? The Napoleonic Code exported to where? Regions under the French control. In the Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. Okay, and the guild restrictions was removed in the cities. That's what. Okay, is that clear? Fine. So that is all about Napoleon Bonaparte and the Civil Code of 1804. And you can see some important dates here. All the dates are important for the examination. 1797, Napoleon invades Italy. Napoleon War begin. Okay, in 1797. And in 1814, 1815, the fall of Napoleon, the Vienna peace settlement. And tell me who the person who defeated Napoleon Bonaparte, the commander-in-chief of the combined armed forces. What is his name? The person with the commander-in-chief of combined forces against Napoleon Bonaparte and defeated Napoleon Bonaparte in the Battle of Waterloo. Tell me the name of that individual.
Duke Metternich.
Definitely, it is Duke Metternich. Very good. Vishnupriya, right? Okay, correct answer. Duke Metternich. Okay, so just to keep that idea in your mind, Duke Metternich. I told you the person Duke Metternich is very much connected with the history of Europe there, basically. Okay, 19th century Europe. Okay, the comments that made by Duke Metternich. There are two important comments are there that made by Duke Metternich. What are they? What are they? What are the two very important comments that made by Duke Metternich? Important in the sense, in this chapter we want to study that. We studied already. Melvin Martin, you rose your hand. What happened? Do you know the answer? Then tell me what are the two comments that made by Duke Metternich?
When France sneezes, all Europe catches cold.
Definitely, when France sneezes, then their Europe catches cold. Correct. Then next one. Next one. One more. Vishnupriya is searching for that. Searching only. Tell me, what is the second one?
Conservatives are the most dangerous enemy.
No. Duke Metternich himself is a conservative.
Liberals.
Liberals, particularly a particular individual. Who is that? The GCP Mazzini, right? GCP Mazzini. Okay, and Duke Martinez commented that GCP Mazzini is the most dangerous enemy of our social order. Clear? Okay, not all the liberals, but particularly GCP Mazzini. Okay, number of cameras are off. Please turn on your cameras. Out of 23 people, only 7-8 cameras are on, balance all off. All other cameras are off. Please turn on that. Okay, that's all about Duke Metternich. Duke Metternich. Okay, now we want to discuss about the emergence of nationalist ideas, nationalism. And what do you mean by the term suffrage? What is that suffrage? Suffrage. Suffrage means? What is that?
Right to vote.
Right to
Right to vote. Okay, liberalism, liberalism. Okay, so first of all, understand the difference between this group of people. One group it is conservative, supporting the king. Other group is liberals. They are supporters of the liberal democratic governments, new type of government. They are supporting democracy and freedom. Democracy and freedom. Don't make any error in that. Okay. Next one, new conservatism after the fall of Napoleon Bonaparte. So, want to learn conservatism. What is conservatism? Okay, it's a political philosophy that stressed the importance of tradition, established institutions and customs, and they preferred a gradual development to quick change. That's what conservatism, basically supporting the rule of the king. Rule of the king. So, very much important. Conservatism is for 1 mark. For the 1 mark, what is conservatism? Okay. Next one, this one, 39 states, the group club of thinkers, the revolutionaries about the Giuseppe Mazzini, okay, his activities, okay, and the secret societies that started with Giuseppe Mazzini, what are they? Giuseppe Mazzini, what are they? Giuseppe Mazzini himself joined in a secret society called the Carbonari. Later, he formed 2 more secret societies. One is the Young Italy, the other is Young Europe. Young Europe, right? Young Italy and Young Europe. The Young Italy in the Marseilles and the Young Europe in the Bern. Okay, these are the 2 other organizations started by Giuseppe Mazzini. Giuseppe Mazzini. Next one, Age of Revolutions, the romantic imagination of the. Okay, so this up to here only, right? Yes.
Sir,
Okay, so
this one,
romanticism is not there. Okay, up to here. So from the Greek War of Independence, you can see Greek War of Independence started in the year 1821. 1821, and a famous personality, Lord Byron, okay, poet Lord Byron, he organized funds for the war against the Ottoman Empire. Okay, finally, the Treaty of Constantinople in the year 1832 accepted the independence of Greece. Okay, recognized the Greece as an independent country. Okay, so these are the most important questions from this sector. Okay, clear? And at the same time, you should read it. Almost all the things should be covered properly and be ready for the examination. Prepare well for the examination. You have time up to 7 o'clock there. So the question paper pattern for your knowledge. Okay, the first 10 questions are from history. First 10 questions from history. Okay, if you find any difficulty, I mean, any repeated question or something like that, just inform me. Okay, I will be there in the class. Clear? So I will tell you what to do next. Remedy, I will say. There is no chance to find this kind of questions there. Okay, by chance. Okay, if there's so, you can inform me. Next one, I told you first 10 questions from history. Next 10 questions, that means number 11 to number 20, it is from geography. It's from geography. Geography, important questions. We know that what are the different types of cropping seasons in India? Okay, when it will start and when it will end. What are the major crops cultivating in different seasons there? Okay, what are the major crops that are cultivating in different seasons? Yeah, sir, tell me, who is this? Come on fast.
We should study that grown at places.
Pardon?
That plants are grown in the places.
Definitely. Okay, the places where this particular crop is growing. That all important only, Mr. Melvin. Okay, it is like a coconut tree. All the parts are useful, right or not? Okay, we cannot leave any particular part. Okay, coconut tree, you know that. Any part is there without any use? Coconut tree, any part is there without any use? What is that? What?
Root of coconut tree.
Root of coconut tree also have some uses there. Okay, the older people will use that instead of aracanut for chewing, what we can say, tambulam. Okay, pan. Okay, instead of aracanut, they will use aracanut means Malayalam. What is that? Adakka, Instead of that, they will use that one, the root of coconut tree. Okay, or else the dried coconut tree roots we are able to, okay, fire the oven also, no problem. Okay, so all parts are useful, Mr. Savio. I think it is by Savio, right? Okay, let it be. Yeah, of course. Yeah, fine. Okay, so Melvin Martin, nothing to leave. Want to read everything there. Okay, so Melvin Martin give a clue for you people. What is that? Okay, the area where the crops are growing. Okay, then what is primitive substance of agriculture? What is commercial cropping? What is plantation? What is substantive cultivation? The different names for a primitive cultivation. Okay, you know that Pudu, okay, Penda, that's in India. Okay, other countries, in different states, different names are there for this jamming cultivation. Okay, want to learn all those names there, right? Okay, and the geographical, climatical conditions that necessary for the growth of different crops, Okay, India's position in cultivating different crops there. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so all that things should be covered properly. And from Vishnu Priya's intention. Okay, so she's trusted.
Can you say the one you said before?
What is that?
I didn't hear.
The places where the crops are growing, right? No, not that one.
After that.
After that, the name, I mean, other name for the Penda or Pudu cultivation, I mean, jamming cultivation. Okay. And the important crops that are growing in India. And next one, in India, we are producing different crops there. The position of India in producing different types of crops. Okay. That's it from that chapter, agriculture and technological and institutional reforms. Okay, that made by the government. Onwards are there from that area there. What is what you can say? Kisan Credit Card, KCC. Okay. Individual, I mean, personal accident scheme. Okay, like that, various one-word answers are there in that area. That also want to learn properly. And from this chapter, federalism. What are the things from federalism? Okay, so repeated. First 10 questions from history, next 10 from geography, next 5 from political science. Okay, next 5 from political science. Okay, tell me. What other things are there in this chapter? Federalism, coming to the federation, holding to the federation, right? Example for coming to the federation, examples for holding to the federation. Okay, clear or not? That one to learn properly. And next one, economics. Yeah, tell me. Tell me, Melvin.
Sir, I told you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, next one, economics. Last 5 questions. Last 5 questions from economics. Sectors of the Indian economy. Sectors of the Indian economy. Example for different sectors. Clear or not? Okay. And what is GDP? What is per capita income? Okay. So what is national income? What is the financial year? Like that, various questions are there. Only 5 are there, but learn it properly. Okay. Sectors of the Indian economy. Sectors of the Indian economy. So that's all for the revision. So I told you first 10 questions from history, next 10 from geography, next 5 from political science, and the last 5 from economics. Okay, this is the pattern of the question paper. If you're facing any difficulty, any mistakes in the order, and question number is missed, there is no 30 questions. Okay, marks are not mentioned against the question. First kind of things are there, so let me know that. Okay, clear. So we will meet by sharp 7 o'clock and complete the examination on time. Send the answer script to me, right? Okay, clear. Send the answer script to me. In the last examination, you send it to your economics teacher, but today you have to send that to me. Okay, clear or not? Don't make any errors in that. Okay, at the same time, take a clear photograph, because this OMR sheet, if you are not taking a clear photograph, it is unable to. I am unable to correct this paper properly. So take a clear photograph. Okay, understand? Without shadow, take a clear snap or photograph and send that to me before 8 o'clock, right? Understand? So only the 30 minutes are there, I think so, right? Clear? The exam complete the same time. Okay, I want to receive all the papers. Clear? Don't send the papers after 10 minutes, 20 minutes or something like that. If you're sending something like that, it will not considering as a perfect
your
answer script.
WhatsApp
I will not
number.
give. Do have, what is that, Melvin?
Can you say the WhatsApp number of me?
My number is already uploaded in the class book there. Please check in that. Okay. Or else you're regularly sending messages to me, right, Mr. Melvin? The same number only. Again, what is the doubt in that? Melvin, is it okay for you?
Sir, I have taken anything. So
Okay, fine. I will inform them. Fine. Okay, so this is all about the examination point of view. Please learn properly. Again, any doubts are there, miss, time is there up to 7 o'clock. You can message me. Okay, the doubts. So come back to the textbook. Back to the textbook. So here we are, the making of Germany and Italy. The making of Germany and Italy. Okay, so we already started with that, that particular question. The person behind the unification of Germany, that is Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck, right? Who is Otto von Bismarck? Ashik Patel, what happened? Ashik, what is the trouble? Okay, so underline the person behind the unification of Germany. It is Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck. And write down the policy of Otto von Bismarck is termed as blood and iron. What is that? Blood and iron. What do you mean by blood and iron? What is blood and iron? An idea? Blood and iron. I told you different politicians. Clear or not? So Otto von Bismarck is a person behind the unification of Germany. For that, he used a technique. That technique is famously known as, or commonly known as, blood and iron. Blood and iron, which means, what is that? Use your common sense and tell me. Blood and iron is the policy. All of it, turn on the cameras, please. Cameras, please. Okay, tell me, what is that? Rose, be an idea?
Fighting.
Definitely. Who is this? Savio. Yeah.
War.
Fighting. War. Very good. Very good. War. Okay. So he basically, you can see here. Okay. So the liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military. That related with the Frankfurt Parliament, right? So Frankfurt Parliament lost its importance because the monarch.
Sir, you didn't reach there. Even 7.
See here. Frankfurt Parliament is completed for you, right?
No, we were in 17th page.
That's what. This is what the Frankfurt Parliament. This one completed or not?
That paragraph completed. That's
That's it.
paragraph.
Okay. That's it. So we will discuss that. Okay. So the Frankfurt Parliament, it is dissolved. What is the reason for that? Basically, so the monarch, he utilized the help of other monarchs from the neighboring states there. All right, and he used the military or the armed forces against this particular government or new government. Okay, that's what the Frankfurt Parliament. All right. So we already stated that there are 831 delegates. Okay, 831 delegates. They are elected by the new middle class in Germany. Okay, basically the people, those who supporting the liberal principles. Okay, so already Duke Metternich made a comment. What is that? When France sneezes, the entire Europe casts cold. As a result of the French Revolution in the year 1948. Okay, in which year? The first revolution, we know that it is in 1789. Okay, the second revolution, that's in the year 1948. Okay, so related with this revolution, what happened? Louis Philippe. Okay, clear or not? Basically, Louis Philippe, right? Louis Philippe, he escaped from France, and a new government was set up in France. A new government set up in France there. All right, clear or not? So what happened there? The constitutional monarchy that turned into a republic. Okay, republic. So a new government came into existence in France. That's a new government with a constitution. constitution and declared that country as a republic, a country with a constitution and giving equal rights for everyone. Okay, clear or not? Equal rights for everyone. So after this revolution, what happened? Number of people from Germany, Italy, and other parts of Europe, they basically got an inspiration. They inspired. What kind of inspiration is that? To fight against their monarchs, to fight against their monarchs, to establish a nation state, establish a nation state. As a result of that, we can see here a new German National Assembly was elected by the people on 18th May 1848. Okay, so 831 elected representatives. Okay, and they decided to create a constitutional monarchy in Germany. Constitutional monarchy. What is constitutional monarchy? A king will be there, but there is no special powers for the king. He want to accept the commands of the parliament, okay, or ideas of the parliament. That type of government is termed as a constitutional monarchy. And they offered the king to Kaiser William IV of Germany. I mean Prussia, old name of Germany, Prussia. So don't make a mistake here. It is Prussia, not Russia. Okay, Prussia, P-R-U-S-S-I-A, Prussia. Clear? Okay, but Kaiser William Kaiser William IV, he not ready to accept it. Okay, instead of accepting this kingship, he escaped to the neighboring country, and with the help of those neighboring countries' forces, he attacked this parliament, the newly elected government in Germany. Okay, clear or not? Understand? Okay, at the same time, this government, the new government, they made numerous rules and regulations that turned against the poor classes in that poor classes in the German Confederation, okay, poor people in the Germany. So the new government's ideas, new government's rules and regulations, that created some problem for the poor people, peasants, and the business class people. I mean, not business class people, but the poor workers in the Germany. So that poor people also turned against the new government. As a result of that, what happened? The new assembly was forced to disband. Clear? Okay. After this, a person, his name is Otto von Bismarck. Okay, and he started the process to unite Germany. Okay. So here is the final, the last paragraph for you people from page number 17. Page number 17 here. The issue of extending political rights to women was controversial one with the liberal movement. So you know that basically in Europe, basically in France, we can say, they give importance for liberalism. The liberal revolutionaries, they give importance for liberalism. But here what happened? Right to vote, it's only for the males in the society, those who complete the age of 21 there it seems. Okay, clear or not? Okay, only the right to vote for the propertied men. Okay, no, not propertied men, but all men, right? Not for women, okay. The same time, we already observed that number of these females or women, they participated in the French Revolution against the monarch, So you can see here, in which one within the liberal movement, in which large numbers of women had participated actively over the years. Women had formed their own political associations in France and in Europe. Number of political organizations that was formed by this group founded newspapers. They started even newspapers and taken part in political meetings and demonstrations. Okay, so women, they actively participated in the French Revolution and almost all the other liberal movements in different parts of Europe. But what happened? There is no right to vote for them. Okay, there is no right to vote for them. Despite this, they were denied suffrage. Suffrage rights means right to vote. Suffrage rights. Okay. So during the election of the assembly, when the Frankfurt Parliament convened in the Church of St. Paul, women were admitted only as observers to stand in the visitors' gallery. So we can see a picture of the Frankfurt Parliament here. Okay, that convened in the Church of St. Paul. Okay, so what happened? Women, there is no right to vote for them. They simply sat as observers. Okay, they just observe the things that what is take part in that particular incident there. I mean the Frankfurt Parliament. Okay, though conservative forces were able to suppress liberal movement. In 1848, they could not restore the old order. Monarchs were beginning to realize that the cycles of revolution and repression could only be ended in granting concession to the liberal nationalist revolutionaries. Okay, anyway, the monarchs controlled the revolt of 1848. Controlled the revolt of 1848. Okay, clear? But the monarchs came to know that it is not easy to maintain these liberals or different uprisings in the society against the monarchy or against the conservative rule. So want to give some concession to the liberals. Okay, they decided. Hence, in the years after 1848, the autocratic monarchies of Central and Eastern Europe began to introduce the changes that had already taken place in the Western Europe before 1815. So, before 1815, we know that it's a period of Napoleon, and Napoleon already made a number of changes. So, all the autocrats now in 1848 now means now in 1848, they decided to give some concession to all the people, basically for the liberals in the countries. Okay, or on those countries, like how they enjoyed their life before 1815. Okay, before the fall of Napoleon or before the Congress of Vienna. Thus, serfdom and bonded labor were abolished. So they decided, the monarchs decided, what the monarch decided, they want to abolish the serfdom and bonded labor. Okay, serfdom and bonded labor is abolished in society, and Habsburg dominations, and in Russia, the Habsburg rulers granted more autonomy to the Hungarians in 1867. Okay, the Habsburg Empire, okay, they give some more powers for the Hungarians, the people from Hungary, right? In the year 1867. Okay, so there are 2, 3 one-word answers are there here. The particular year 1848. Okay, next one, Habsburg Empire and the Hungarians. They got some more autonomy or independence from the Habsburg rulers in the year 1867. Okay, so these are the 2, 3 one-mark answers from this area. I mean, choose the correct answers. Okay, and the new word is the ideology. What do you mean by the term ideology? It's a system of ideas reflecting a particular social and the political vision. That's what ideology, a kind of philosophy, basically speaking. So, right or not? Okay, system of idea. Okay, that are or that is able to make changes in the social life of the people. Okay, clear? That's what an ideology. Okay, clear? A philosophy that is able to make changes in the life of the people in the society. That's what an ideology. So mark it. So important for MCQ. So on this chapter, we know that maximum MCQs you have to read. So each and every line is important. Don't skip. Okay, you should not skip. Okay, fine. So we are here. In the beginning, I told you the unification of Germany. Unification of Germany. This is the fourth module for us here. The making of Germany and Italy. Okay, formation of Germany and Italy. Basically speaking, so unification of Germany and unification of Italy. Unification of Germany and unification of Italy. Italy, not Italy, Italy. Okay. So Tamil Nadu, basically they will say Italy. So Italy and Italy, there is no difference for them. Okay. So you just understand it is Germany and Italy. So Germany can the army be the architect of a nation? That is the question. Can the army be the architect of a nation? Clear? So far we studied about number of revolutions. After the revolution, number of modern states formed. Okay. Melvin Martin, Hans Steve, Aditya, Rosabi, Rizwan, Meghna, Afsana, Rifa, Haya, Surya Krishna, Hadidi, Hadiamin, Savio, Fia, Anne-Marie, Lolita. There is matterness for all these people. Okay. No need. How many times will say to turn on this camera? Please turn on this fast. Some students already told they are facing some problems. Let them. Okay. So here we studied about that. Okay. Number of movements, revolutions that are capable to create new countries. But here the question is, Can the army be the architect of the nation? Army can create a country or not? Okay. So after 1848, nationalism in Europe moved away from its association with the democracy and the revolution. Nationalist sentiment were often mobilized by the conservatives for promoting state power and achieving political domination over Europe. Okay, now what happened? We already stated that only liberals, they tried to create liberal nations or countries on the basis of liberalism and democracy, liberal democratic countries. But in the case of Germany, it is not the liberals but conservatives. Clear or not? It is not the liberals but conservatives. They tried to create a new country on the basis of culture, tradition. Okay, they came to know that if you want to get the support from the people, it is important you want to support the people. Clear or not? The government want to support the people by creating a new country and creating a new atmosphere or circumstances for the people to lead a good, dignified life. Okay, so German unification, basically it is not related with the liberal movement, but a conservative movement. Conservative movement, not a movement. The conservatives tried to unite that country called Germany. Only Germany, and one more it is Italy. Okay, but Italian unification, both liberals and conservatives together. Okay, so come back. This can be observed in the process by which Germany and Italy came to be unified as nation state. As you have seen, nationalist feelings were widespread among middle class Germans who in 1848 tried to unite the different regions of German confederations into a nation state. So already we studied that the Frankfurt Parliament. Okay, the liberal middle class, they tried to unite Germany. Okay, they already tried to unite Germany. The liberals tried to do that, but it was a failure. We already studied that. Okay, so German Confederation, we know that it's a combination of 39 different states. 39 different states. Now they have to unite it. The conservatives want to unite it. Okay. The liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military, supported by the large landowners called Junkers of Prussia. Okay. So the Frankfurt Parliament, already we know that it was disbanded there. Okay. That is by the monarchs. Okay. And monarchs got the support from large landowners of Prussia. Prussia, the old name of Germany, repeating, the old name of Germany, Prussia, it's one of the confederation, a powerful confederation, a strong confederation out of that 39, it was Prussia. Okay, so from Prussia, the large landowners, basically, they helped the monarchs against the Frankfurt Parliament. Okay, there are termed as the Junkers. Okay, one mark answer, Junkers of Prussia. Okay, from then on, Prussia took on the leadership of the movement for national unification. So after that, government of Prussia, okay, government of Prussia, say monarchical type only, that took the leadership of uniting Germany, and its chief minister, here comes Otto von Bismarck. Remember the name, don't write like this. Otto von Bismarck. It is not the name. Okay, it is Otto von Bismarck. Some students, basically, they will write the name like this: Otto von Bismarck. It is not Otto von Bismarck. Okay, it is Otto von Bismarck. Check the spelling properly. It is Otto von Bismarck and not Otto von Bismarck or something like that. Don't write like that. Clear? He's not Otto man or something. Okay, the number of students basically write like that. So, what is the correct spelling here? Check here. It's Otto von Bismarck. O-T-T-O-V, you can see, O-N-B-I-S-M-A-R-C-K. That's what, Otto von Bismarck. Okay, Otto von Bismarck. Clear? Okay, Lolita, I already told you, no need to turn on. Okay, so Otto von Bismarck is the architect of Germany. Okay, and he was the architect of the process carried out by the help of the Prussian army. So Otto von Bismarck, I already told you that the policy of Otto von Bismarck is commonly known as blood and iron. Blood and Yeah. Okay. So he used his military to create or unite Germany. Unite Germany. Okay. So Otto von Bismarck was the architect of this process, carried out with the help of the Prussian army and bureaucracy. Army and bureaucracy. Who is a bureaucrat? Bureaucrat. Who's a bureaucrat?
Cousin, please, something like that.
It is simply speaking, so the government officials or officers in the government, they are bureaucrats. Okay, so Otto von Bismarck. What is that, Melvin Martin? Playing with some paper, preparing kite or something there, Melvin? Melvin, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you doing there?
Nothing.
Okay, so listen carefully, Melvin. Okay, so there was 7 years. So he engaged in a 7 years war with Austria, Denmark, and France. So it is a 3 wars. 3 wars, but for 7 years against Austria, against Denmark, and against France to unite Germany, to create a new country called Germany. Okay. So victory and ended in the Prussian victory and they completed the process of unification in January 1871. January 1871. Okay, 1871. So Germany united in the year 1871. One more answer. Kaiser William I. Okay, Kaiser William I was proclaimed the German Empire in a ceremony held at Versailles. One mark answers. So this one, there are number of 1 mark answers are here. Okay, number of 1 mark answers are from this area. So learn this properly. So all the best for you people to write the PT2. So prepare well. It's almost the time to wind up the session. So we completed up to here. So please read that. Any doubts we'll discuss in the next session. Okay, guys, thank you. Okay, time to wind up. Okay. Any doubts are there? We'll discuss in the next session. So utilize your time to learn social science, learn it, and score good marks.